Yes, hello and welcome to the GMIHUb online. We're so glad you could join us tonight. We are going to have a great time. We're going to be conversing about web appearance and getting yourself a better web presence. And so just tonight, I want you just to remember to let your friends know that you're on the air watching us here on the GMIHUb online. We are on YouTube, and we want you to take the link and share it in all your social media, and take the time to look at what we've got available on our channel. We got lots of great videos, and we'd love you to be a part of our subscribers and just hang out with us and hit the notification bell so you'll know next time we post a video, and like this video as well. That'll let us know that you're there for us. Appreciate that. And so I'll just introduce myself. My name is Dale Borland.
And I'm Cheryl Dewick. Thank you guys for being here. This is going to be a great conversation. I'm going to ask you one question. You have a website? Does it work for you? What about your social media? Or even your web store? How do you know it's doing exactly what you want it to do? Well, if you don't know how to figure that out, that's why we have Janet with us. Janet Martin. Well, if you remember the name Andrew Martin, then maybe you'll remember Janet because they are husband and wife. And Janet is behind the scenes a lot for Andrew and for other clients, working on their websites, their web stores, and I think some of the social media stuff too. So we've asked Janet to come on board and just to help us understand how in the world can we as end users make our website work for us better. Janet, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's going to be a fun night, I think.
I think it will. I think it will. So let's just start right from the top. You see so many websites, I'm sure, every single day. What actually, what are the characteristics of good websites to you?
For me, it needs to load fast. I really like graphics, but when there's too many of them, they conflict and distract me from what the message of the website is. I think I am more picky than the average person because with the background of building them. But if there's too much flashy stuff, and I was taught a long time ago, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. There's too much will be a distraction.
Yeah, very true, indeed.
So some people like to have the big video beginning like, hi, come to my site and this is who we are, and so that kind of stuff bogs thing like doesn't work for you.
The video has to have a reason to be there. So this is about artist websites. So a video that's showcasing your music. I'm good with that. I will wait a couple of seconds for that to load because I want to see who you are and what you're about. If I enjoy your music, then I'm going to stay there. I'll have more patience. But if you're just doing one, like you just said, that, hi, thank you for coming here, just wait because there's lots of stuff here, and you just ramble on, and I'm just going, okay, you've lost my attention. I'm going somewhere else.
Is it true that people only have about 30 seconds to grab an audience, like in terms of a website? Is it 30 seconds or is it less than that or more than that?
30 seconds would be the maximum. Things like social media have really changed that. Look at how fast things like Instagram, it is a photo site. It's purely photos, which is the worst thing other than videos to load. And it's instant, and people swipe fast, so fast on that. They expect it to be fast, and on social, you probably have 5 seconds. Wow. I would say 10 at the most, but a website, generally, I would say 30 seconds. It's very similar to newspapers in that they call it above the fold. Whatever you're showing when a page first loads is above the fold. If they don't have to scroll, then you can get their attention on that page, they will scroll.
You use the expression of newspaper. That's fascinating to me because most newspapers have a headline to draw the person in. Do you recommend something to that effect of being on your website?
I would suggest like a tagline of some kind, or a video is a good headline to me. A good imagery of some kind. Your logo should say who you are right away. It shouldn't just say, I'm Janet Martin. You don't know who I am.
Mhm.
Janet Martin, music, artist, something along that line. And then that to me is a headline.
Right. That makes sense.
Okay. So you talked about a little bit about the social media side. Web stores. Is it the same concept? Do they have to have the flash media, or is it like, here's the web store, here are the items, buy? How does that work?
Generally, I would say a web store should be clean. I also prefer clean websites. Probably about 5 years ago, Flash was in, and everything was, especially anything entertainment wise, was
Just hang on. What do you mean by clean? Let's try and let people understand what you're saying when you say clean.
clean. Like my background that I have right now is not clean. It's got a lot of stuff in there taking your attention away. If you're trying to sell a product, so here's my t-shirt, I want to see the t-shirt. I want that to be front and center and not a ton of busy things in the background. Clean up the backgrounds of any pictures that you have. Think about what the whole image looks like.
So you don't want to distract from anything but what you're trying to present.
Correct. It's very important. Anything to do with selling, like, so if you're on your store, for sure, you definitely want to watch what's in the background.
So I know you changed, I just heard that you changed the website, but when I looked at the website for your husband, originally, it literally just had a picture of Andrew holding a microphone, kind of like not quite the Elvis, but, like, hey, here I am, kind of the Dean Martin look there, and that was it. So literally the focus, the intent of that photo or that first page was, this is who this is. It's Andrew. The microphone shows you, he sings, and scroll down, you'll get the music kind of idea, right?
Correct. Like, so that would be the headline of it, and it catches your attention. He's an artist, he is a singer. There's something musical about this site. If you just stumbled across it from a link from somewhere, who knows, and you end up there, then you know exactly what it is. And like you said, I just spent the last, actually 2 days working on his site, getting prepped for this. It's like andrewmartinmusic.com. It's like that was going to be my promo for it. And I looked at it and I let my husband have access to the back office. And I don't think I should have done that. And a lot of broken items that I spent the last 2 days fixing. So one suggestion is, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know what you're doing, don't take care of your own website. If you are a tech type person, then why not give it a try?
If not, call Janet. There you go.
Yep, that works.
Okay, so how would we know, even without destroying our website, how can we know whether or not our website is actually working for us?
Working for us in what way?
Is it supplying the customers, or is it getting the attention that you need?
You can install stats. There's Google Analytics and a lot of techie things like that, which will tell you how many visitors are coming. It won't tell you how many enjoy your music. It won't tell you, well, your sales will tell you if they're visiting your store and buying anything. Pretty much a lot of that is, to me, is the end result. So are you selling product or CDs or music? Make sure that your products and things, especially music, is available easy for people to download. Downloads are the big thing now, for sure. It's not as much selling CDs. It's more iTunes, SoundCloud, no, not SoundCloud, Spotify.
Yeah, like kind of what you're saying. Yeah,
that kind of thing. So if it's working for you, you'll be getting more fans. You better be doing social media, and you'll know that you'll have more fans following you on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and constantly get people to follow you. Ask them to, remind them to.
One thing I've noticed, especially with social media, is the tags that people use. I think your husband did and your husband did a great job in that. no matter what social media platform you use, it always was Andrew Martin Music. I think it was always at Andrew Martin Music. And to me, that was just so great, you know, but not everybody does that for whatever reason. Um, what's your take on that sort of thing? Does it really matter if the tags are the same, or like, does it make or break how effective a site can be used?
Tags are mainly for social media, and it's obviously the hashtags that you see everywhere. On Instagram, it's pretty much the only way people will find you, unless they went directly from somewhere to your page on Instagram. Facebook, you can advertise and get people there. Twitter, there's actually a lot of debate as to right now, Twitter's is posting more, having more people see your posts if you don't have a hashtag in it right now. That started about 6 months ago. Like, to keep up on whether you should have hashtags or not, you really have to constantly watch. But Instagram, for sure, you need to, anytime you're posting a video, make sure you mention your social media in the video, like either right at the very end in the tags or in the description. Always have tags that will send you to your other social sites and your website.
I just learned something new.
Yeah.
Okay. Analytics. You mentioned about that we can always upload a Google Analytics. I don't know how to read Google Analytics as an artist. So, what are some of the things we should look out for?
Google Analytics is not the easiest thing to understand. I will admit that for the average person, it is probably overkill. But there's things called the number of visitors. That's wonderful. Look at me. I have 1,000 visitors today. Unique visitors. Oh, there's only 25 because people left and came back, left and came back. Yes, that's nice. You're getting them back to your site. That's wonderful. But there was only 25 versus the 1,000 that it looked like it was. So there's things to watch, like unique visitors, hits versus visitors. A hit on a web page is every video, every image, every link on there counts as a hit. It's not someone coming to your site. So every time your page loads, if you have 10 photos on your front page, you had 10 hits right there. To me, that doesn't mean anything. It's the visitors that makes the difference.
Right. Sorry, when you said hits, I had this vision of looking at my analytics and go, I got hits today. Yes, yes. You know, kind of idea.
Yeah. Exactly. Again, hit in the head. Yeah.
So, but that's interesting to know. Like hits, so if we have 10 photos, we get automatically 10 hits, but that only can mean just one page. But so the number of unique visitors is what's very important. If people have videos, because one of the social medias would be YouTube, for example, would duration, I guess, because I've seen graphs where it kind of shows, I guess, the number of people. It shows graphs, and I don't know if it's number of people or the length of time that they're watching. Does that make a difference?
The most important for, I know YouTube, I think they like longer videos. Instagram, I know, like shorter videos.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like Facebook, for example, is very important that it's the length of time people are watching. It's like, okay, so 20 people in the last hour saw my video, but they only watched for 5 seconds. Facebook's going, that's not a popular video. I'm just not going to show it to as many people. Mm-hmm. And that's the frustrating thing with Facebook, is they look at things like that and go, no, I'm just not going to show it to all your fans. So mm-hmm. having a video that right away you catch their attention and you keep them longer will make a big difference, because more people will see it. I'm not actually positive offhand how YouTube handles that, if it's the length of time people watch or the number of people watching it.
So do you have any tips that you would suggest to somebody, an artist, for instance, who has a website or social media or different social medias? What tips would you give them to help them to be more effective?
Definitely video. Artist wise, you want to showcase your music. on your website, right near the top, and I know GMIHUb website has it perfectly, all the social media links are on the top of the page, above the fold, like we just talked about. And it's okay. Oh, this page, yeah, it looks nice, but you know, what videos do they have? Oh, they don't have a link to a page of videos. Oh, but they got YouTube. Here's YouTube. I want to be able to see all your social media links right at the top. I'd like to see some photos on there. People love photos, but as I said, don't make them huge. Don't take it straight from your iPhone at, 5,000K, and put it on your page, and people are going to sit there for 30 seconds waiting. No, they're not. So make the images good enough quality, but not a huge file that it takes so long to load.
Yeah.
Things along that line. Music industry is very visual, like anything entertainment is very visual. So not as much text on your website. Although on social, especially on Facebook, people like to know something personal about you. They don't just want you to go, oh, here's my new whatever, and you have to watch this, and you have to come to this show, and well, right now you can't, but you have to, when you can have a show, you have to come to my show. You have to, and it's all blasted at you. They want to go, my family just took the day off today. Family day's coming up. What did you do for family day? Every once in a while, just put something, just a little personal in there. People like the behind the scenes, especially entertainment wise.
That is so true. I actually read an article where this wasn't even an artist. This was actually a marketer who would send regular emails of like giving marketing tips, marketing ideas. This is something you can do. Here's my workshop, and tune in, and da 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 da. And what he found was there's a time, I guess he just changed it and just said, you know what? I just came back from a vacation with my dog and my family, and this is the crazy thing they did. And the person who wrote it, I think it was a he who wrote it, basically said, I got more traction about my dog than I did about my marketing. What was that? But
if you look at Andrew's social media, you will see pictures of our dog Presley. You said that on his website, he looked like he's, that big singer pose of Presley. Yeah, I think he was trying to be Presley. So like things like that are definitely a big one, and people like behind the scenes.
Well, I just want to maybe interject at this point and want to thank everybody for tuning in the GMIHUb online. And tonight we're talking about your web presence and how you can best effectively utilize that. We have Janet Martin, who's got a wealth of information, being a designer herself for web. And I wanted you to if you are enjoying what you're seeing, thank you so much. Please share this experience. Go and find other friends who might benefit from this, or somebody who's an artist who's looking to put a web presence together, and this might be something they need to hear. So share that with them. Also, please go on to our YouTube channel, GMIHUb Online, and like the video and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Then you'll know the next time we upload a video. I just wanted to remind you that we have changed the name of our web. I'm so excited about this. This GMIHUb.ca. Oh, what's this? This is wrong. Sorry, just ignore this. It's .ca. So I'm just gonna go forget that. It's .ca. Okay. Never mind. Live is great, isn't it? Live is fantastic. Anyway, so GMIHUb.ca. Please check it out for yourself. Thank you very much. I will fix this.
So Dale, you made a perfect point right there. When you're promoting yourself, make sure you have the right links.
All right. I got my medicine. Okay, thanks. I meant to do that.
Thank you.
that was done on purpose. There you go. That was the pastor in you there, Dale. Well, okay, let's talk about let's now talk about, well, you talked about some tips on how people can add pictures, build their how do I say that? I'm thinking about building a fan base now. I'm thinking of artists wanting to build their fan base, and you gave some tips about, put a little bit of a personal thing in there. That'll help. photos help, videos help. Is there anything else you can think of that can help an artist, I guess, increase their fan base electronically, if that's possible?
Really just keep posting. Social media for sure likes consistency, and try to promote people to share your posts, because the more shares you get, the more all the social media sites like your content, because they see, oh, well, they got a lot of fans. Okay, I'm going to promote it to even more people. And those hashtags that you used in your post, well, Facebook's going, oh, you know, this person usually likes those kind of hashtags, so I'm now going to put it there because you get a lot of shares and comments on your post. So as much as you can get more interaction, it's a community thing. It makes a big difference.
So is there something, Janet, that can be done, like banking those type of things, and have them be released by a mechanical means, and like an automated system that allows for an artist not having to take every day of their life to work on that? Is there something they can do as far as that's concerned?
Definitely. Facebook itself has it integrated that you can schedule a post, so you can take, say, every Monday or the first Monday of every month, and schedule a post for every single day that you want. If you have the content ready to go, I would say every Monday, because then you are keeping things current in case something happened extra, or do an extra post that day. That works as well. And Facebook, I believe, will also automatically post to other social media sites. They also own Instagram, so you can have it post automatically from one to the other. I do suggest, as much as you can, to keep content separate, so it's not the exact same post that goes on every single social media site, because they like, you know, unique content. Like, I want to be the one that has that content, not Twitter. It's like, I want to be the only one. So if you can change up the wording just a little bit, same photo would be fine, or a similar photo. But yeah, Facebook itself has a whole scheduling system within it. There's other software you can pay for that will do it. There's like Hootsuite, things like that, that are designed for social media scheduling. But most people wouldn't need that. Just using Facebook would be fine.
Yeah, I was introduced to a website that actually allowed for posting on Facebook, Instagram, and one other. And I can't remember the other one right now, maybe Twitter. And it is interesting going through this, like, to try and test it out. I don't know if it may be relatively new, but same idea about scheduling. That's what it's meant for. It's meant to help with the scheduling in advance, and it does allow for the change in the text if you want that change, which is kind of cool. But it's interesting though, because I mean, when doing this in Facebook and Instagram, I tend to go, oh, here's the content. Boom, go to all your different places, you know.
A lot of people do that, and that's, I think, why they like it when it's their own. I wouldn't worry as much about Twitter being as unique. Of course, obviously, Instagram needs to have a photo with everything.
Right.
But Facebook, if you have the exact same photo going on everything else, Facebook goes, oh, no, I can see that in my algorithm that it says, you know, it's on 3 other sites. Yeah, it's not as important to me.
Interesting. That is interesting. So take note, folks. As much as it's easy to batch, it's also important to keep your posts unique across all your different social medias, even if your photo's the same. That's a good point. I've never thought of that before. Okay, let's talk web stores. How can you set up a web store? Is that like a separate website that someone has to set up from their regular site? Is that something that can be incorporated into one's website?
If you look at my husband's andrewmartinmusic.com, it's the way I prefer them to be, and you can't tell it from anything else. The menu at the top is the exact same menu. It is integrated right into his website. That is the preferable way to do it. A lot of people can't afford that, because that costs a monthly charge to a store software that you have your own back office for. If you don't have that money, you can have it just be a link and it opens up. And then just my suggestion would be make sure it has the same logo that your website has, that it has the same banner along the top. Everything looks as consistent to your website as it can, but definitely prefer to have it integrated into your site so it's seamless.
And that's a good point. I'm thinking of branding. That's where that gets along. And that should probably be the same with all the social medias too. I know we're talking that, but basically, yeah, all the banner and everything should probably be the same across the board if possible, right?
Definitely. Yes. As much of it as you can have. And that way, when they land on your page, they know, oh, hang on, I was just on that Facebook page. Yes, this looks just like it. I'm in the right place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Reassure your audience. There you go.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the preferred way is that somehow it's integrated, but to the end user, it's a seamless thing. So to set one up, then it's a matter of getting a store software. Is that right? Is that the best way?
It is. You need to have it be secure. Obviously, if you're selling products, you need to have a secure website, a secure store. People have to be confident when they're giving you a credit card number. You can sell things through PayPal. That is a good system to do it as well. But if you can take credit cards directly, it has to be through a store software. Depending on how your site is built, you can have something like if it's I know technically the technical word is a WordPress site is one of the popular site builders, and you can get plugins that will work into it. You can also subscribe to a store software that there's one called Equid, ECWID, I believe it is. And as they have a free option, which might work for you. It doesn't integrate with your website. For I wrote it down somewhere, $15 a month. Now that's US, of course. You can have it so it's seamless. It won't even, no one will know that they even went to another storefront, so to speak, because it is yours. It looks exactly like your website.
That's interesting. Okay.
So how would one, after they set up or have merchandise, so what kind of ways when it's set up, typically can you take that and make it so that it's easily accessible? Like what kind of, first of all, you'd have it on your website, right? And then, but how do you draw people to it? Like what's a good way, an effective way to promote that?
Why not put a product on your social media and say, I just released, or even if it has been released for a while, have you got yours yet? Follow what everybody else is doing, like all the big stores. Like have a look and see what their wording is like and send them directly to that item on your store. Or have you checked out Andrew Martin Music Store? Why not promote that one?
It's a good thing you're not over promoting it. It's really good. That would be just forcing it. So I'm glad you're not doing that.
It would be too much. But why not post, like if you sell t-shirts, which I'm sure most of you do, then put a t-shirt, and you don't have to have just the t-shirt. We're talking about what photos you would put. Have one that you're wearing it. When do you play guitar? Have one, wear your own t-shirt. Have a picture of you with your guitar. Have that be a post and say, oh, by the way, that t-shirt is for sale. And give a link to your store.
That's good. That's good advice. And those things I've actually seen done. So that's good advice. Yeah.
So website is built. Web store is built. Social media is all set up. Everything is branded accordingly. And I guess this is more for the website, and usually people have it open that they can be contacted. But there are times when spam, with the lack of way of putting it, spam comes in. Are there ways to block spam from a website? Definitely
is never post your actual email address directly on a website, but they get farmed out constantly. There's bots looking for your email address. Use a contact form, but of course, bots can get through that as well and send you spam to that. You can get what's called a CAPTCHA. I'm sure you've seen it. You click, I am a human, or you have to put a puzzle together.
That's
anything along that line. Definitely have something like that on there if you're getting spam. They're not that hard really to set up. A little bit technical. Google is actually the one that I suggest for their CAPTCHA software, and it's free.
So speaking of free, what about doing your website? Like, what kind of budget do you need to put a website together, or is Wix just what you need, or you know, what can we plan on making a budget for that?
Well, I actually investigating for this broadcast because most of my customers aren't actually in the music industry. I wanted to see what there was. And Bandcamp does offer a free website that will let you do a lot of things. I know it is free, but I have no doubt that there's charges there. So if you are selling your music on there, I'm sure they're taking a cut. They have to make money somehow.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because actually we used Bandcamp for our last Christmas project we put up. It's a GMIHUb.bandcamp.com, and you can see our Christmas material up there from last year, and it's quite effective. We found it quite helpful.
Oh, it would be an easy way to get started, and then see if the fees aren't that bad for you. Why not just go that way? Wix does have an option for a website. It is not free though. It is $5 a month, and it'll give you a basic website. Being in the music industry, you're going to want video on there, and I wrote down, and for $5 you don't get any video. If you go up to the $10 one, you get 30 minutes of video. Wow, that sounds like a lot, right? Not really, not when you want to keep your videos up there. If you want to sell anything, we're talking about web stores, you're talking a minimum of $20 US a month. And then I'm not actually sure how much that allows in terms of the video. And it like when they say it's free, a lot of times it's not. But I would say that Bandcamp would work to get you started. If you are a technical person, you can go to places like GoDaddy, and I think they will help you set up, I'm not positive, a very basic website. But as soon as you're getting into e-commerce, things like that, you probably want to hire somebody. I'm not saying that for me. You might know somebody that does do websites, and it will save a lot of hassles and gray hairs. Honestly, they aren't the easiest sometimes. I don't usually advertise to get customers, basically because I keep myself busy enough, and it's all word of mouth. But if you did need help or to get you going, you can get a hold of me at info@andrewmartinmusic.com. I am willing to help you, try and direct you into the right place.
Did you hear that, guys? She's there for you. That's an amazing resource. Hit her up. That's so cool. Thank you, Janet, for offering that. We're going to have everybody emailing you. Oh, I need some help. That's awesome. Thank you. I just wanted to remind everybody that thank you so much for watching. We're halfway through, so hang in there. We're talking about improving your presence on the web, and we thank you for joining us. The GMI Hub Online is the channel here on YouTube. And you can look at all the different videos we have. We have a whole plethora of stuff from way back the beginning of this year, and a lot of videos. And we have, and I'm happy to announce this is correct, the GMIHUb.ca. It's the new name for our website that's been up for a while, but I like the name GMIHUb.ca. Anyways, so go check it out. We talked a bit about it on the show because we're doing some things correctly, which is great. Thank you, Janet, for confirming. And that's great. Yeah, also, we just want you to don't forget to like the video. Please, that would just encourage us so much. And subscribe to our channel. The more subscriptions we get, the easier it is for us to enjoy doing what we're doing. And, you know, that's just what it is. I mean, I love the fact that people are liking what we do, and I appreciate it so much. Yeah, we would also like you to hit the notification bell. That'd be really cool, because that would help you to know the next time we upload a video. So appreciate that very much.
Well, congratulations, Dale, because you're doing more things right. Not only did you change, you know, to the .ca on your behind you.
That's right.
You're reminding people to comment. You're reminding people to like your page. You're reminding people of all these things. Humans, we forget. So
yeah,
reminding us constantly to do things like that on all your social media, not just through your videos, but when you post a photo on Instagram, you know, if you like my content, just make sure you like it, and then that way you'll see more of it.
Absolutely. Now, on that topic, I just wanted to also remind people that last Christmas we did do a compilation CD, and that was fun. We had a lot of people submitting. My screen just went blank. I'm not sure why. But what technical difficulties. But we have. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Okay, so but we have coming up this year. Sharon, maybe you could talk about what's happening with our new project this Christmas.
Well, actually, I was just getting excited about that. Yes, this year. Last year, as Dale mentioned, we did our Christmas compilation. We actually did one, and we had, as a bonus, we did a Christmas, I want to say Christmas musical with it, but basically it was a special. Anyway, it was well received for kind of a first time. I don't think I hear too many compilation projects coming out, but we wanted to do it again. So this year, effective last week, actually, we opened the gates. We opened the doors and basically said, if you are a writer, a songwriter, a musician, and you have original Christmas music, you didn't get a chance to bring it in last year, or you didn't hear about it, well, this year is your chance. So get writing, people. If you have a Christmas song that's an original, then we invite you to go to GMIHUb.ca. I have to get used to saying that now.
I love it.
But go to GMIHUb.ca and click where it talks about Christmas project, and you'll get the details of what we're looking for in terms of a Christmas song, and send your photos, send the lyrics, and all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to walk through this process again together, because you know what? This project is such a great way to build what we always say: encourage unity, community, mentorship, and talent growth. It encourages the unity, because if you're a singer and you don't know how to write a song, you can connect with a songwriter. If you're a songwriter and you need someone to help arrange a song, or you need someone to collab with, you can get people to do that. That's where the community unity, and then the community comes in. There's producers that you can tap into. There's oh my gosh, there's just so many different resources. If you even wanted to do a music video, there are probably resources that you can bring in.
Easy for you to say. Yeah.
That could help you with your music projects. You know what? Because your music is more than just the song. It is the big package. It's a whole package. So we definitely want you we want to encourage you to be a part of this project. This will help you increase your talent, because you're going to be challenged to write songs, or you're going to be challenged to sing a song, or you're going to be challenged to play a song. It's also going to allow you to be mentored, or to mentor someone else. So I think the project is really cool, and we're really excited about it. So we want to get your music in. So go GMIHUb.ca. Actually, don't go yet, because you have to watch the rest of this video. So,
exactly. Stay right there. Just wait for that.
So after this video, you can go to GMIHUb.ca and check out Christmas Project, and you'll get all the information about that. And we look forward to getting your music.
That's right. Now, Janet, let me just talk to you a bit. When we're talking about the web presence and getting people to go on, I'm going to just reiterate a little bit. We're talking about describe your business, what in a few sentences, sum it up into a headline, and you want some visuals, maybe a motion of a video, not longer than 30 seconds, telling about yourself, and you want to describe what you do, maybe. And then you have to evaluate whether that's working for you to raise your presence. And then you have to look at maybe what goals you want to set for the website itself, your target audience, and what type of finding out who is watching by looking at your analytics and all that. So you have to be kind of seriously involved in the process. I think that's what you're saying. And you want to look at the specific features of your site, like if it's got email link, if it's got resource link, and all of those things you said earlier have to be at the top of the page so that they're accessible and seen by a person who is coming on to your website. So is there anything else that needs to be added to the website before we move on, as far as that's concerned?
Basically, anything that's important. That just make sure that's near the top of the website. That is the biggest thing.
I was once told that the best way to learn how to put a website together is to look at who's doing the same thing you are, but better.
Definitely.
So
yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's good advice. So if you can look at what other people are doing better than you, then look at what they're doing and see if you can glean from what they're doing. Yeah, okay.
Anytime I have a new customer saying that they'd like a website and they're brand new, and I say, okay, what you're going to do for me is you're going to give me 5 to 10 websites that you like. A few in your industry would be wonderful, even if they're not. Do you like the coloring? What is it you like about these websites? So I get a feel for your personality, because you should come out in your website. It shouldn't be all green if you hate the color green. It shouldn't be like the feel of it. I like anything that feels more friendly. You go to like one of the big ones, like if you're going to Amazon, it doesn't feel friendly. It's a big guy. If you're going to GMIHUb, I want to be comfortable. I want to feel like I'm part of their family in their website. And anything music wise, for sure, you want to be connecting to your audience.
Absolutely.
And you said know who your audience is. Who are you writing this website for? That is 100% true. That if your target market is 50-year-olds, don't have a lot of flashy things that's going to distract them. If it's 20-year-olds, they might want more video on there than the other demographic would.
Absolutely. So know your audience, right? Yes. Totally. Yeah. So, and another thing that we brought up a little bit, to look at other people, what they're doing, if they're doing it better than you, what makes you different from your, for lack of a better term, competitors. I wouldn't call them competitors, but it's just that those who are doing the same type of thing would be the ones that you're trying to measure up to.
For sure. That, like, if you are in, I'm trying to think, jazz, then yes, look at other jazz artists and what do you like about their site, and go, well, that I don't like how they're doing that. Well, then do your way of doing whatever it is. Like you should always be doing that with your videos that you're posting. You should definitely have the look that you like. Don't try to copy somebody else that's not you. That's their style. Have your style come out in it.
Yeah, that's a good advice, because I mean, like you said, people want to be authentic. And then they resonate with others if they feel that you have a vision, or you're the type of person they want to spend time with. Yeah, that makes sense.
So does that mean, sorry, as I was just starting to think, the personal side. So does that mean I can take pictures with my puppy and put it on GMIHUb site?
Why not?
You can have pictures of Dale with his puppy.
You mean you might want to see my dog? Do you mean you might want to see my puppy? Oh my goodness, look, there's another puppy right there. Look, Maddie, look, right there, Maddie, look. Look at the puppy.
They don't want to look at each other.
All right, she's down. Yours is a grumpy little guy, isn't
it? Yes.
I think that's Andrew's fault.
The attention. Yes, definitely.
That's Andrew's fault. I know it is. It's always Andrew's fault.
I'm actually curious. I know that we only have about, I don't know, a few minutes left. Other best practices that you can think of for artists if they were building their, I don't know if it's better to do it one at a time, to do websites, best practices, and then web store best practices, and then social media best practices, or Or I don't know if it's any different or if it's all the same. How would you like to answer that?
I would say if you're on a budget, just do social media. But like if you have a Facebook fan page, go for it. Just that like that, it's free. Why not use that? Do social media first. I would say that helps build your following the fastest. It's the easiest way to do it. You can do it yourself. If you're wanting to get more serious, you should have a website. You should have an email address that comes from your website, not a Gmail one. You should have and your website name. And it makes you look professional. So you're trying to get a gig somewhere. You don't look like Joe Blow at gmail.com or anything along that line. Websites can cost, though, if you're not doing it yourself. One, for example, like I hate to promote it again there, Dale, but yeah. AndrewMartinMusic.com. If you were to want a website like
really?
that.
Really? AndrewMartin.com? Really?
Yes.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, if you wanted that kind of a website.
Hi, look, there's Andrew Martin.
AndrewMartinMusic.com.
.com.
I don't sing, so I won't do that one to you. That's his problem. If you wanted something along that line, now that does have some videos on it. It has some photos. It also has a web store, everything integrated along that line. It would probably cost probably about probably $1,000 for the initial setup that gets everything going. And then if you have it to be maintained by a web person, it's probably about $50 a month. And that pays for your back office for your store, things like that. That is why I suggest start with social media. It is free. Why would you not take advantage of that one first? And just
so knowing your client base is important, but what about negative things like dislikes and things that are on social media? How important are those in your journey, or are they? When you look, I mean, there's some criticism is just people hating, but there's some people that might have something that they're trying to. So, like, how can we, as a person who's trying to promote ourselves, look at those from a customer, selling kind of point of view?
You meaning things like negative comments?
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm sorry. But not only that, is people might post something and say, "Oh, you're just doing everybody else's." They're bringing those type of things into your psyche to make you think, "Oh, maybe I'm not doing a good job." How do you deal with that kind of stuff?
A lot of times I ignore that. It's I take it for where they're from, and usually something negative comes from them being jealous that you are actually doing a good job.
Mm-hmm. That's true. No, I've heard that before. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of times I find the positive thinking seems to do better. If it's negative comments on Facebook, they took the time to actually give you a comment. Mm-hmm. So they stayed there long enough for that. If there is advice in it, try to, take out what you can from it. You can remove comments.
Yep. Yeah.
Pretty much, I think every social media that's there, I wouldn't suggest just taking them out. Sometimes you should answer them. If they're saying, well, this is a rip-off song from such and such a song, go and look. Is it similar? Oh, hang on. No. Yeah, I can see the intro is very similar, but did you watch the rest of the video? Because I don't find it. And then that gets the next person to go, oh, what was that person talking about? No, this song's not the same. And then they watch the whole video. So you can twist it around to your favor.
Mm-hmm. And that's a way that you can prevent yourself from feeling like you've failed, because I think a lot of people might get into the feeling, this whole circle of, I feel like I've failed because I'm not able to connect with this person in the way that I thought I was presenting myself. So the nitty gritty things, those things that maybe be a challenge for us as a person, we have to sometimes put them aside, I think, and look at somebody's comments, and as much as we can, take from it the healthy portions. You know what I'm saying? Like, take the things that you can benefit from, and address them. Like, I like the idea of saying, hey, thanks for your comment. Did you watch the rest of the video? Engaging them in conversation you may win over a brand new fan that way. True. Yeah, very true.
It sounds just like customer service.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
pretty much what it is.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple of extra questions. There was a question that came in about web stores, and the question was, what do we put in my web store? What do we put in the web store? Is it anything goes, or only what's related?
I would have it be related for sure, but related is a broad term, really. Obviously, you're going to sell your music. If you have an actual print CD, you're going to be selling it there for sure. Why not have what they call merch? It's the technical term for merchandise that you're selling. It's t-shirts, it's mugs, anything that you want to put your logo, your song name on it, anything along that line, your band name for sure. If you have followers that love your music, well, why wouldn't they buy anything that you have that way? It doesn't, like, see if you can design up, like, look at any band out there, like the big rock bands, and that they make a fortune on their merchandise. It's not just the concerts. That before you even get into stadiums, they're selling merchandise. It's like right in your face. So you can, anything you can put your logo on or a design of yours on, go for it. I have a lot of Andrew. He personally designed a whole bunch of designs himself, and they're not just in his store on his site, but I also have my own that it's kind of my pet project of iwantthatgift.com, and it's all like technically merch. It is t-shirts, it is mugs, anything along that line.
And
Why not?
I think that it's also wise to know your demographic when you're coming to think about product. Like you may not want to sell baseball caps if it's a senior demographic. You know, older seniors, you may want to think of something different that would work for that demographic, right?
Definitely. And speaking, if it's an older crowd, t-shirts don't necessarily sell. You buy your t-shirts when you're in your 20s and 30s. You don't buy a lot in your 60s. You're not going to, I don't want a t-shirt. I want a coffee mug or tea mug, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I get that. I was thinking of dentures, but no, coffee mug's better.
Okay, Jill,
I never tried to do those.
Okay,
Could work. Could work. I've never tried.
It could not. Yeah.
Okay.
As they smile, there's your name.
Yeah, that's right. Every letter's got on the tooth there. Yeah, my hub. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Yes, the creative mindset just kicked in. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, here's another question. What about affiliate marketing? What if an artist decided to somehow, I guess, to partner with another organization, I guess, and try to sell their stuff? Like, what about affiliate marketing? How does that work with web stores or websites or, well, the social media?
Actually, it would probably work quite well if you have someone that you trust, that you're connecting yourself with. You have to make sure it fits your image, your brand. Don't be selling rock memorabilia if you're a gospel artist. If it's not going to match, don't do it. Otherwise, it works actually quite well. You're going to make a commission on everything that you sell for them. So if you don't have your own merch yet, maybe sell your music on your store, and then find someone that you can promote. Oh, so-and-so is a good friend of mine, and you put it on your social media. Here's a t-shirt that he's selling, and it's your link that you get a little bit of money for.
That's really cool.
Yeah, if that works out for you in a collaborative effort for you to partner with somebody, I can see that being beneficial for both of you. Yeah, for sure.
Well, should I ask Dale's favorite question?
Yay! Go ahead, ask the question. Go ahead.
Okay. Or does Dale want to ask his favorite question?
I love to ask my question, but
Okay, you ask your question.
Okay, Janet. Oh, the head. He's back.
Yeah, he has a question. I don't know what.
No.
Calm. Okay,
It was about the previous one where you talked about affiliate marketing.
Yeah,
One thing you do have to watch for is that they're maybe fulfilling the stuff from customer service standpoint. So you still have to watch your brand. So just
I
make
know
sure
what you're
that-
saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
Even if you're
because
going to be affiliate marketing, just at the end of the day, watch your brand. That's
that,
all.
and that's good because you don't want to make yourself a doormat. You've got a point there, though, Andrew. Very good. Thank you for the head. That was good. Go away. All right. So,
Wait.
okay. Here's the question. Okay, here's the question. I need you to think about 3 different points. It may be something we've mentioned already, but if we were to take everything we've said and you wanted to impart some wisdom onto an individual who wants to grow or their web presence or to do the online store or whatever, what's 3 points that you would give them to help them to make that transition better and more successful?
I would say post to your social media often. You don't need to do your website as often. It can be fairly static, but your social media, post to it often. On your website, have the most important stuff at the top, including at least a photo or a video of you or something that's saying that you're a musician or your band or something along that line. So most important, always at the top. And probably I would say keep your brand consistent. So all your social media and your website should all have a similar look and feel to it.
Very good. Those are words of wisdom, folks. And yeah, it makes sense because, if you go on to one media to another media and the logo looks different or the branding colors, whatever, they don't know if they got the same person. So that makes a lot of sense to keep it consistent across the different platforms. That's a great one. Yeah. So we have a little bit of time left. So this is a good time to plug our Christmas project. So Cheryl, take it away.
We did plug the Christmas project, but if you missed it, here's the short. Basically, we did an album last year. It was well received. We're doing it again this year. It's a compilation CD. We're waiting for your music. Go to gmihub.ca. That's our shortened web address right now, gmihub.ca, and you will get some information from Christmas Project. Just scroll down, you'll see Christmas Project. Click there, you'll get more information on how you can submit your songs. And we look forward to receiving them. Remember, we're encouraging unity, community, mentorship, and talent growth. And I also wanted to mention, I haven't mentioned it in the last couple of weeks, so I'll mention it again, that we actually have a monthly newsletter that goes out. Now, I know everybody has a newsletter, blah, 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 blah with newsletters, but this one is a little unique. And here's the reason why. You know how I always say we encourage unity and community? Well, we have a section in there that actually is member happenings. Literally, that's what it says. And if you sign up to get that newsletter, your email address says you're a member. So if you are running an online concert, you got a brand new website, you've got an interview, you've whatever, anything related to your music happenings or what you're doing for your career, we will put that in the web in the newsletter, and then everybody sees what you are doing. Guess what? That's a way of building community. It's a way of letting everyone know what the other person is doing. And if you're even curious about connecting with those people, we can make arrangements for that. So I wanted to bring that up again and just encourage you. We're not trying to scare anybody. We're not trying to spam anybody. That's not what we're about. We do have an opportunity. Again, go to gmihub.ca. You'll see an opportunity to sign up, and literally your name and your email address. That's it. There's no money at this point involved. All it is just email address. We'll send you a newsletter, and in that member happenings, there's other things going on too. You'll see what's going on in the following month. You'll see behind the scenes of what's happening with GMIHUb. You'll get to maybe learn a little bit more about Dale or me. So definitely check that out. We just wanted to bring that to you. And again, as Dale has already said a few times now, feel free to check us out on not just our website, check out the YouTube, check us out also on uh, Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook, as we are at GMI Hub. I tried to keep it consistent, you know. So that's all we have for now. But next week we're going to be back. It's our Studio Talk week, and I'm really excited about this because you know what? I'll say this now. Many of us, especially since COVID, has gone to the online platform to show our music, or in I'll think of churches and other organizations that are showcasing their whole service, a worship service, or the preach, the message, I mean. And countless times, though many people will not say it, they are thinking it. My broadcast mix sucks. Okay. And they go, how can we fix our broadcast mix? Well, we actually are going to have a few people coming back. Doug McClement, you may remember him from a previous Studio Talk show. He's going to be coming back to talk about what can we do to fix our live broadcast mix. We also have Dion Cockett, who's known here in Toronto to help out with many churches, big congregations. And we also have Luke Hendrickson. That name may or may not ring a bell to you, but if you've heard of Bethel Church out of Redding, California, if you've heard of Jeremy Riddle, if you've heard of Stephanie, which I can't say her last name, and and there's another lady but if you've heard of Bethel Church, Luke is the chief audio engineer of Bethel Church. He is going to be coming and speaking about what he does to have a good broadcast mix for a big church like that. So you are not going to want to miss it. Anyway, I've talked a lot, but I want to say thank you, Janet, for joining us and sharing your wisdom about websites. Thank you, Andrew, for poking your head in, and your doggy as well.
The thumbs up. I didn't see the thumbs up.
And the
You
thumbs
went
up.
like this off camera.
And we want to thank you, Dale, for co-hosting as usual, doing a fabulous job as he does. And thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week, but have a good week. God bless. Bye for now.